talk about not a people saying the Lions should go get a receiver. You see the post saying Shark or Tyler Boyd. In my opinion, stick to what you got. Stick to what you got. Man, that's my opinion about it. Stick to what you got. You brought all these young guys in, some on the practice squad. Antoine Green took up a roster space last year. You moved up for Jamison Williams. Yeah, you got Khalif Raymond. He was injured for the run last year though, but you brought back Donovan Peoples-Jones. So I mean, shit, run with what you got. You didn't seem to, see a reason to go out there and try to get a receiver. Tyler Boyd, he more of a slot possession receiver. Shark, whatever reason they let him walk for pennies last year, where they could have just kept him. They chose not to keep him. I mean, him and Goff had a crazy rapport, so you ain't looking at him right now. So obviously, it wasn't a culture fit, or it wasn't a locker room fit. Don't know what it is. It was a great fit within the offense, especially when he got healthy. Him and Goff was clicking. Hey, stick with what you got. You drafted these young guys. You used assets and picks on them. You keep them. Keep them. They didn't feel like they need to go get a receiver. They paid St. Brown. I mean, they didn't see any reason to go out there and get DeAndre Hopkins last offseason. So they didn't see a reason to do so. So you trust in what you got. It's just like the pass rush I talked about the other day. They're going to believe in what they brought in and what they got. The guy from the Canadian League, James Houston coming back, Marcus Davenport, Josh Pascal, John Kaminsky. That's who they rolling with. So once you start talking about that, I mean, you develop guys for a reason. Receivers are a dime a dozen. So, if they struggle on the outside and they don't go get a receiver, you don't want to be late getting a receiver to the game. And if you late getting a receiver to the game, it's somebody that's already been here and know the offense. That's the only way you can save grace. But at that point, they putting a lot of stock into Donovan Peoples-Jones. He just never can stay healthy. And with Jamison Williams, we love him, but the health and then some of the distractions and the lack of development, it started the camaraderie between him and Goff started to develop last year. But can he dominate on the outside? That's the question. If the Lions can't get nothing on the outside, it's not the biggest deal in the world. And people say, well, why not? Because they can run the football. And what they can do inside the hashes is it covers that deficiency up. So what they doing to Laporta and with St. Brown, I mean, you can run the ball, you can get away with that because of the play action that would allow some things to happen outside the hashes. They didn't really have a big presence outside the hashes last year. Josh Reynolds, I mean, he did something here and there. They haven't been dominant outside the hashes. Shark was the last time they was really doing something outside the numbers. That's just what they missing is the guy that's going to stretch the field and win outside the numbers. And whatever reason, hey, you put the work in with these young guys. They took up a roster spot, and they get an opportunity to develop. Give them an opportunity to develop and see what they can bring to the table next offseason. Receiver, it ain't much of a developmental position for a lot of guys. A lot of guys are able to come into pros from college, and a lot of times it becomes a lot easier. So they use, in college, sometimes it's harder to play receiver in college because they can be a little bit more handsy and grabbier in college, and in the NBA and NFL, they want to score points, they want to take defense out. So you really can't, really get your hands on the receivers like you want to get your hands on the receivers no more. So, in a way, a lot of times, guys just got to clean up that route running. So that's just what it boiled down to. But roll with what you got. And if you're going to go do something, don't wait till the last minute, because it ain't going to never work out. The guy they got from Denver, they waited to the last minute to get him. What was that guy's name they wanted to get from Denver? They waited to the last minute. Forget his name. Didn't do shit. You know? Golf first year, Brad Holmes' first year here. So, yeah, make sure you go get somebody. If you're going to go get somebody, go get them. Get them now so they can work out in Cali and work out with golf and work out with the boys so they can develop. So you can go now, but I just don't really, roll with what you roll with. You moved up for J-Mo. Khalif gonna take up a spot. Antoine Green, I assume, gonna take up a spot. You paid Donovan Peoples-Jones. He had a good year in Cleveland at one point. There you have it. So, Tyler Boyd, if you're going to go pay Tyler Boyd, you should have paid DeAndre Hopkins last year. That's what I don't understand. You should have paid D-Hop last year. Probably going to cost you around the same. You're going to go bring back Shark? Why the fuck you let him walk last year? You knew it was a possibility Jameson Williams was going to get suspended. That's why sometimes you just scratch your head in some of the decisions that Brad Holmes make. You really do. You scratch your head in some of the decisions he make. And Shark was mostly healthy last year. So, you wait later and then you get you get a worse deal. Hopkins, Shark could have been in the offense for 3 years and be fucking done with it. Be done with it, but it is what it is. So, hey, you use picks, you use cash, you use assets. I mean, use picks on all the 3 receivers I just mentioned. Use picks to get J-Mo. Use a pick to get Antoine Green. I think you use draft compensation to get Donovan Peoples-Jones, or you traded something. So, yeah, my thing is roll with what you got. But if you're going to make a move, you're going to bust a move. Bust it sooner than later. That's what I would say. Bust it sooner than later. If you're going to bust a move, bust it sooner than later. Bust it sooner than later. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live, word drop video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on Instagram, Spotify, Facebook, Cash App, Venmo, Spotify, and Anchor. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.